Blessings and love today. I have been guided to make a very simple instructional video or suggestion for dealing with the current energies that are happening through our solar system, our galactic system, and obviously through us and our beautiful mother planet. So what the thing is that we need to come to an understanding and comprehension that the different frequencies that are occurring right now are necessary to bring about the transformation, moving from a place of duality into a place of integrated consciousness and unification, so that our planet can now be seen as the divine jewel in our solar system that she is, and that we can also see ourselves in that same divinity. So today I would like to just break down some of the things that are occurring over the last week, the magnetic events that are occurring through our planet, seen as seismic activity, as well as the magnetosphere compression and rebounding is affecting our own magnetic system. So what we need to understand is that the magnetic, Schumann, cosmic, plasmic, and cosmic codes that are coming through right now are all necessary in alternating frequencies for our integrating into our fifth dimensional existence. So those that have free will and do not want to progress into this dimensional field and become part of the collective quantum field of our planetary system, that is entirely their prerogative, and we send love to them. And those that are working through integrating into the quantum and cosmic field, this is the opportunity now to surrender to a place of love, to come into a sense of harmony, surrender and faith deep within, that all is going to be transformed. This transformation will happen in less than a blink of an eye, less than a heartbeat, perhaps a heartbeat of hummingbird, because that's instantaneous to how the shift will occur. So a hummingbird is such a magical being, and so as such, this came to me last night that the hummingbird has the capacity to move and maneuver into all directions, which is kind of how we need to be allowing ourselves to evolve into all directions and all trajectories. So as our toroidal field is changing and is having all of these upgrades, what's happening is our consciousness and our mind, our physical brain, is creating new pathways. So the synapses in our brain are creating new pathways because trauma and pain and duality is being dissolved and replaced with a fully integrated existence. So in this, these codes are affecting our body, our mind, and our consciousness. So our body, we're talking about our physical DNA is being changed. It's now becoming a crystalline structure. That's why so much testing is being done on our DNA and our blood, so that what we can see is that as our body consciousness changes in our DNA on a molecular structure, everything else around that will also change. The way that we perceive our world, the way that we integrate and interact with this divine planet, come back to a place of absolute worship and honor of the divine mother planet in such a way that we are also honoring ourselves. So this fully aligned integration program that's happening with all of these different alternating and recalibrating frequencies between the Schumann and the cosmic rays, and then we've got plasma discharges happening and our magnetosphere, all of those are required for this upgrade. And in time, science will know that this is what we have been going through. So some time ago we discussed about the time frame or the window that we're going into, and this was supposed to be the 10th to the 14th. Now, some time ago I did inform some individuals that are working on a higher planetary level that someone was able to pull one of the threads so that timelines may have changed. So now the timeline is coming through, so it's from the 15th to the 19th, and this is locked and loaded. So as we can see, events around the world now on the planetary level are reflecting what's going on a cosmic level. So now that this quantum system that we have been seeing, and who quantum is, understanding and having that comprehension, that real inner standing and faith that the connection of all of these things have been here for a very long time. So now that we can see that the quantum system, quantum field are interacting in such a way that it's connected to the galactic cosmic event, we can now take a breath and see that full liberation of this planet is not only going to happen, it is happening now. So anyone who's been able to sit and breathe and just come to surrender, come to a place of acceptance that this change is occurring, they would have been feeling these waves of energy. So these waves and ripples of energy through the body, like, you know, having goosebumps, but not just goosebumps on the top of our skin, goosebumps all through our body, are the sensations that are happening as we are slowly amping up the vibrational field. So every 12 hours is what I was being told by the guardians of the codes. Every 12 hours we're coming into an upgrade, so the dial's being turned up just a little bit more, recalibrating. So it's essential to rest. We know that we're going through a very rapid detoxification process right now, so please accept, surrender to this, embrace it for the blessing that it is, because to have all of this toxicity removed from our bodies is what we've all wanted for so long. I think it's what so many people have prayed for. So our prayers are being answered, because as we become integrated in the quantum field, our prayers are actually happening in real time, being answered. So for me, I've wanted to detoxify my body from all the chemicals, implants, and everything that's been put in my body against my will. I did not consent to this, and as such, the divinity of our cosmos is answering and removing this, because we, the aligned consciousness of planet and humanity, all living beings, are requiring full liberation and sovereign existence, divine sovereignty. So as we're exiting the loop, which happens every 6,000 years, I can categorically tell you that when they say this is biblical, it's kind of true. Actually, it's absolute truth. 6,000 years ago, a group of beings came to this planet to seed, anchor, and amplify energies, to allow beings to come to this planet to create a quantum ripple. So every 6,000 years is where entering and exiting a loop happens, or where the loop resets itself. So this is what was happening. That was the whole process between all of those divine beings that came here at that time. 6,000 years ago, these higher consciousness beings came to liberate humanity and the planet. Although it may not have seemed as being successful, what I can assure you is all of these incredible divine beings have returned. I'm incredibly blessed to be connecting back to those, that our connection so strong on this physical reality now has created a light field that's impenetrable. The awareness of who we were and what we were doing in our missions is being completed now. So the mission was to free humanity and this planet from the loop and control system. The cosmic and divine universal spiral is freedom. This is about full liberation beyond anything that's just of physicality. This is where we come into an understanding, an inner standing that our divinity has always been. There has never been any being above us, just fully aligned with the one divine creator. So as we're exiting the loop, there's going to be a whole bunch of sensations going through our body. So the thing that I'd recommend is coming into ANAHATA meditation. ANAHATA is the unshaken, unbroken space of our heart. It's the way that we are able to connect to the quantum field. So as we surrender in our hearts and surrender pain and trauma and let go of any protection that we've put here, we are able to then connect to the quantum field. I have a beautiful earth angel that I've asked to help me today to do this instruction. So I'd like to ask my darling earth angel Ellie to come through. Hello, my darling. Oh, bless you, thank you. Okay, so I'll get Ellie to just take a seat. My dear friend Ellie has actually been doing transcendental meditation for some time, haven't you? So, transcendental meditation is a way to not only access the quantum field but also connect to our higher consciousness realms. So as our expressions of being are existing on other consciousness realms, which you have experienced, would you like to share just something simple that was incredible to you?
I got met by a Lyran when I was meditating once with Martine, and it was such a beautiful blessing to actually meet one and to know that they were there for me. And yeah.
Wow. So, you know, Ali is 13. If Ali can do it, we can all do it. She is quite a remarkable human being, I have to be honest. Her soul is very pure. So today we're going to look at doing some breathing techniques and ways to allow ourselves to center so we can surrender any fears. So I'm going to get you, Ali, if you can do some demonstrating. So we're going to go through breathing technique, and the first thing we're wanting to do is some cleansing techniques. So if we can do some breath work into the belly and then exhaling and having vibration or sound coming out our mouth. So breathing in, breathing in again into the belly and exhaling. And what we're imagining as we're doing this technique with the exhale, with the vibration coming out of our mouth, is we are surrendering all old energy. We are surrendering all that no longer is part of our divinity. We are surrendering all programs of fear. So anything that we can feel in our body that's keeping our vibration in a space of fear or not in a place of surrender and love, we are looking into that. So sometimes we will feel it in our body, in our legs, in our head. So as we're exhaling, we want to see and imagine that negativity or low vibration, those fears exhaling out of our mouth. So 3 is a good starting number. If you need to do 8 breaths in this way, please do. So Ali is kind of sitting here in the typical lotus position. She's seated on 2 cushions so that her bottom and hips are raised, so it takes the pressure off the low back and actually intrinsically opens across the heart chakra here. So what we're going to do is now, as Ali's doing the meditation technique where she's been focusing on the breath coming down through the crown chakra into the belly and then grounding it through her legs down into the Divine Mother Planet. And of course, this always comes from a place of heart consciousness where we set our intention to be in a place of gratitude, in a place of love and connection to the divine. So bringing this energy down through into the belly and then grounding it is the way that we come to the technique of letting the light flow. Then what we will be doing when and if you are ready is setting the intention to go beyond just this realm of consciousness to your higher consciousness that vibrates the highest resonance of love. So in setting that intention, the best way to be able to receive those messages, if it's something you're just beginning at, is to then go into the full ANAHATA meditation. So I'm going to get Ali now, because she knows this technique, is to then go into the ANAHATA meditation technique as seen here. So what it is that as we allow the opening of the heart chakra by going into this position, what it is that we're opening and expanding the energy in our heart, in our breath, and allowing it to flow. So this is the simple ANAHATA position where we're laying down with the legs out straight and arms to the side. I'm going to get Ali to now put your arms to the side, just gently as you do when you open the heart chakra. So just bringing your arms down a little bit, just this. So it's almost like having butterfly wings. So this is the next level of going into ANAHATA. So ANAHATA is the heart chakra and the unbroken, unshaken place of the soul. And the soul exists through the heart consciousness. So in this, what it is the breath into the heart and allowing anything that doesn't resonate love to just gently drift away with the exhale breath. So there we go. So in the next technique, I'm going to ask Ali now to go into a full ANAHATA with the legs, bringing them up into butterfly position and out. So this technique is to open the entire chakra system so it can be aligned in such a way that it opens all the way down to the grounding chakra, the root chakra, so that then we can come into a place of absolute surrender and vulnerability. So, and as such, this is the position that full ANAHATA meditation comes into. So in this situation position, this is where those that have had reservations of fear, trauma, trapped in their bodies, can come into a place of surrender. So breathing in and activating the heart chakra. So this is done through intention, and what we will do is that we will use the technique of expanding the area of the heart by visualizing and imagining that a lotus flower is placed across the heart chakra and opening up, expanding and growing across the chest, and opening up in such a way that it becomes its own energy field that is larger than we normally allow it to be, because most of us have experienced pain and trauma. So coming into a place where we allow our heart chakra to grow to the real resonance that it should be, so we can live in a place of safety and in love. So if we feel that this position is then becoming too intense and that we need to now recalibrate and shift this vibration, what we can do is then resume back into the lotus position. So just when Ali is ready, I'm going to get her to come back into lotus from this position. And being able to modulate this meditation frequency field, which is exactly what we're doing. We are allowing the energy to flow through our bioelectric field, magnetic field of our bodies, so that it is coming in through the heart chakra as a toroidal field and expanding the heart chakra, and then coming back, sitting up into lotus, and then having the toroidal field and energy coming back in through the crown chakra, coming down and up from the Divine Mother Planet. So we have the two energy fields that help us recalibrate our consciousness. So we have the energy coming down through the crown chakra, the Divine Father energy as it's seen, or the masculine energy coming through into our energy field, and then we have the Divine Mother healing energy and grounding us from below. And this is where they come in to join, and it's joining just under the diaphragm, just center of the heart. So then as we lay down, we have the toroidal field acting in a different way, and so that the heart toroidal field is actually going out and back on this level. So having the both happening and using sitting technique, laying down into full ANAHATA position and then coming to sit up again is some of the best ways to work through this energy. A lot of people are experiencing stress and anxiety. Lots of anxiety?
Yeah.
You said some friends of yours have had anxiety more than normal. So that is one of the side effects of this experience that we're having, is that there is this energy that's vibrating across our hearts that we haven't experienced before. And it's not anything negative, but what it is that as we've protected our hearts and put a shield here, our shield is responding and feeling like it's being attacked, or that there is something that we don't feel safe within, when in fact the vibrational field of our heart chakra and our whole bioelectric field in its way that we're evolving is that we're expanding and this shield is coming off. So just as you have to remind your friends, I have to remind myself as well, and everyone else, that this is an incredible journey that we're doing together. Thank you, beautiful girl. Thank you so much. And everyone, please find a space of calmness. Want to say goodbye? Bye.